Hi, everybody. Welcome to Absolute English. I'm Coach Kori. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking it out. And if you're returning to the channel, hey, welcome back. Remember to subscribe so you know when new videos are available. Today, I thought it would be fun, and I know I actually say it a lot. I think that I like to find fun in just about everything that I can do. So today, I thought it would be fun if we talked a little bit more about books. In another video, I talked about 5 grammar books that American kids use when they're learning grammar. Today, though, I'm going to talk about some fiction books that you might want to look at uh, if you're at the point where you want to read things. Now, if you're just starting out, you might want to start with a really super simple beginner type books. So for example, you might start with something as simple as this. This is called Matt Hid. This is in a series called Bob's Books, I think. Bob Books. I had to look at the box. Bob Books. And they're super, super simple. So this is Matt Hid, and there's repetition for sounds that you would hear. So the first page, of course, is Matt Hid, and then it goes into Sam saw Matt, Sam ran to Matt, Dot hid. So you see, it's really, really simple, and these are leveled. So they just keep going up and getting progressively more challenging, but they're super simple to start with. I mean, you can find those kind of things on Amazon or wherever. Then, as you advance, you might want to read something a little more interesting than Matt Hid. And I love this series of books. This one is called If You Give a Pig a Party. So, the pig a party. I love that. Another simple book. The illustrations in the book are great. Just to give you an idea, this would be one of the illustrations that we have, or some of the illustrations in this book. So if you give a pig a party, this particular author is Laura Numeroff. And she has a whole series. She's got If You Give a Moose a Muffin, If You Give a Mouse a whatever. So there's a whole series. I can't remember how many she has, but they're fun to read. And if you have a child and you're wanting to teach your child English, these are good places to start. Another one, there's a classic story, right? The Three Little Pigs. The 3 little pigs go off and they each build their own house, and one builds it out of straw, one builds it out of sticks, and Big Bad Wolf comes along, and I'm going to huff and I'm going to puff and I'm going to blow your house down, right? And he does all that with the first 2 little pigs, and they go squealing and running to the 3rd little pig's house, and the 3rd little pig built his house out of brick. So it was strong, right? So all the pigs hide in that house, and then the wolf tries to huff, puff, and blow down that house, and of course, it doesn't work because it's made out of brick, so it doesn't work. So classic story. Most people are familiar, I think, with the 3 Little Pigs, particularly if you're learning English with any tutor. They'll use that story. It's a simple story. Well, there's another story, because there's always a couple sides to a story, right? That was the 3 Little Pigs version of what happened, but then there's the true story of the 3 Little Pigs from the wolf's perspective. This is a funny book. This is clever. So if you want to read something a little more entertaining about the 3 Little Pigs, you might try this particular book, The True Story of the 3 Little Pigs. Then as you move up, let's say you're getting up to about B1 level, B2, maybe upper A2, B1, maybe. You might want to get into a few of the more middle grade type of novels. And this one is called The Ring, and it's about some friends who they figure out a way to time travel. That's cool, right? So they figure out a way to time travel. They have some device, and of course things are going horribly wrong in history because of this time traveling device or things that people did and all of that. So you could check out The Ring. Another option, and I've read this whole series. There's 10 books in the first part of the series I'm about to explain to you. This is a fun read. I read these books, by the way, as an adult. I didn't read these as a kid because I'm a writer, and I write young adult fiction and I write adult fiction. And so I read those things too. And the 39 Clues is one of the funnest series to read because it's got a historical perspective to it. Now, of course, most of the history has to do with the United States, but not all of it. But essentially, it's these 4 families, big families that have existed throughout humankind. and they're going on, and they come from a lot of wealth or whatever over time, and some of them are famous, and they're on this hunt to solve this ultimate mystery, and they're getting clues along the way. And so this is the 39 Clues series, and it's just a lot of fun. So listen to the blurb. What would happen if you discovered that your family was one of the most powerful in human history? What if you were told that the source of the family's power was hidden around the world in form of 39 clues? What if you were given a choice? Take $1 million and walk away, or get the first clue. If you're Amy and Dan Cahill, you take the clue and begin a very dangerous race. So that's the 39 Clues. There's 10 books in the original series, and I didn't read the ones after that. I just did the first 10, and I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's an easy read. Overall, it's an easy read. So like I said, if you're A2, you might struggle a bit, but B1, B2, it should be very easy for you to read that book, I would think. Now, many people are familiar with Harry Potter, of course. World famous, right? So, of course, I've read the entire Harry Potter series, and I've seen all of the movies. I love Harry Potter. My son loves Harry Potter. I'm in Hufflepuff, by the way. Hello, Hufflepuff people. If you're in Hufflepuff, hi. So the Harry Potter series is really fun, and it's not a difficult read. There are going to be words that are just a little hard to pronounce, but that's because they're made up in some cases, because it's in a magical place. So the writer, had to make stuff up, as writers often do when they write fiction. So we got the first book in the series is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Really fun read. Let's see, it's got a little over 309 pages. Not too bad. And remember, when you're reading something, if you're reading and you're having to look everything up or a lot of stuff up, then that book is probably too difficult for you. If you can get the basic gist of things as you're reading, that's kind of your zone. That's where you want to be when you're reading. You don't want to have to stop and look up every single word. You just want to get the basic gist as you go along, and that makes it enjoyable, right? So give those books a try and see what you think. I'd love to hear what you're reading. So feel free to leave a comment and let me know, what books are you reading? What books have you tried to read? Or if you're looking for book suggestions, leave a comment. And remember to subscribe so you know when you can watch other videos here from Absolute English. And I will see you next time. See you later.